Sets the
That's the
tone.
expectation.
What is to be expected?
Exactly. Exactly.
Go for it.
Exactly. Can I bring the panel back up?
Hand on it.
Excuse me.
I appreciate y'all. Nobody said y'all that today.
That's all.
I can't get much too far for
I just didn't say it. Appreciate you. You know how she does.
All right, what's the process?
The application,
Completed.
face-to-face interview, technical interview, references from
New hire paperwork
Boom!
completed.
Everybody gets a point. You get a point, you get a point, you get a point. Everybody gets a point.
slap points.
Look, Jill would take over that part. All right. So obviously the application, the face-to-face interview, technical interview, references, paperwork, and it gets sent to where?
I have a question.
Kathy, everybody.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So if they apply online, do they still have to fill out an application when they come into the?
Yes.
And you
Yay!
send it to Julie.
Everybody get a point.
We're required to give them
Doesn't it go to Julie before we do?
If you send them to us, we will hold on to them for 2 years. If you send them, like if you email them to us, we'll keep them on file for 2 years.
Okay.
And then you can send them with your GMs and we'll get them.
All right.
But they should also send a copy to me when I do the new hire paperwork.
Right.
Yes.
Because I put it in their file and I don't always know what you guys send you.
All right.
It's okay.
They were.
Next steps.
The great orientation.
Day 2.
Now everybody has to answer.
Think we get in trouble.
All right.
So fun.
So day 3. Day 4. Good job.
Wait a minute, go back.
Okay, I'm going back.
Do you guys do it in 4 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
No.
I know I don't. No, I don't want.
Sometimes it takes me longer depending on the schedules, especially if they're part-time.
Do you guys really do McGrade orientation the first day?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No, yes, if they have time, they want to interview, if you decide that
So-
you're gonna go ahead with it, you can have them do it that day.
So you should have them do it the first day, and you should have them complete the whole thing, because then I get an email
Mhm.
saying that it's completed, and then I can check off my last little box on my stuff.
If they on the clock, number 1. Orientation.
Okay.
Okay. Move right on.
Anything you want to add to that?
So I would love to add, with the orientation, and they do their salon tour, I think it's very important to introduce them to the staff. If you haven't already done that when you've hired them, you need to introduce them to that team. Let them know that, hey, such and such, hey, she's a great stylist, she's great at XYZ haircuts. So if you need any support along the way, you can also lean on her. Get your team involved in it. Let them know that, hey, I'm going to be leaning on you a little bit to help me through the process of, training and developing this new stylist.
Right.
Because we don't have all the answers.
We don't have all the answers, but we do have your vibe and check your job.
Yeah, I let
If
them
you're
meet
not
the staff as
Depending on making a team out
do
of
an
it.
interview.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is a walkthrough, hi, this is so-and-so, that way they can be welcoming and
Right.
Absolutely.
fill out the vibe too, because they're
Yeah.
not just working with me, they're working with them.
Right.
Absolutely. Vibe attracts.
Next one.
Yeah. All right.
So in your package, you do have this form here, and basically it's just the timeline for the modules. And I highly recommend that, you follow the process as is. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's easier for a person that is green to Great Clips to digest all of this information. If you have them on an iPad for 8 hours, they're not going to retain all of that information. You have to walk them through the process as is. If you want a great stylist, a stylist that actually stays with us, you have to follow this guideline. You don't have it for no reason. It's there for a reason. They've done studies on this thing. So with that, utilize that. Make sure you go through the process. Let them know that, hey, this is what we're gonna be working on today. When they come in for their first day, hey, we're gonna be working on orientation. I'm gonna give you a tour of the salon, and then you're gonna be doing your red model. So that way they don't go any further. Answer those questions that they may or may not have. Don't just leave them in there, hey, just do this.
Yeah.
Don't,
Let me
you
know
can't
when you
do
get the
that.
red part done.
Right. No, you can't do that. Check on them. See if they have questions about things. They don't know it. A lot of them, they don't know anything about break clubs. It's up to us to educate them.
All right, for the panel. What does a great onboarding experience look like? Who?
Nice culture.
Who? All right, anyone? There you go. Look, I hear you, but I can't see you. All right, so is experience necessary? No? Okay, so we're gonna pass the panel to Ivy and let her tell you her recent onboarding experience.
Alright, so I don't know if you guys remember last time we were here, Amy had mentioned that we hired a girl who did not know how to cut hair. And everyone turned around and looked at us like we were nuts. But but you know what, Amy said it's gonna be a project. I said, alright, that's cool, I can, bring it, let's do this. So, basically, she was very honest and open about not knowing how to cut hair. I mean, she owned her own salon previously in Georgia. She did ethnic hair, so she didn't really cut hair. She did not know how to use clippers. I mean, basically, Amy
Hold
did,
it comb?
I mean, it was like down to like less than a new graduate. So, I said, okay, because I like to teach. So, Amy told me, it's my project. So, what we did was she did a technical interview, and we kind of evaluated from there what she was good at, what she needed help with, stuff like that. Then when she first started, when she came back, I actually did follow the new hire checklist. Because like you said, I do feel like if you're on the computer too long for one bunch of time, it's like you're in one ear out the other. So she did her GCU modules. In between that, I had her shadowing me, watching me do haircuts, watching if I wasn't doing one that she was interested in, someone else on the floor. Her biggest issue is like men's haircuts, fades, like short haircuts. So basically, I had her do that for a little while she was doing the GCU class modules. And then once she was done with that, I put her out as a receptionist / shadowing me. Then it was probably about a week or so it was like kind of getting a little bit longer than it should have been for training purposes. So I had to get her out on the floor to cut hair. So what I did was I took a mannequin, set her up in the back, and I would tell her, okay, do this haircut. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. You just go do it, and I'm gonna check it and see what we gotta change. She did pretty good, so we kept doing all that. So we did a bunch of different haircuts that way, and then after cutting that hair, obviously we started doing a short haircut. That's where she needed the more help.
I'm gonna interrupt you just for a minute. So she went through her regular interiors and outlines.
Well, this was before, because I wasn't able to schedule her until a little bit after that for those classes. So this is before she actually took those haircutting classes. So, it was just the timing thing. So basically, so we worked on the clipper cuts. I had to show her how to use the clipper to like keep it on her head. had eye fade upwards, so I told her that, and then I was like, well, maybe she's better doing it backwards. So then I told her how to do it backwards. She did that a couple times on the mannequin, and like I gave her like a lot of confidence, a lot of like, you did a great job, this and that, and I could see her confidence was building. So at that time, I said, okay, well, next time you come to work, you're gonna be out on the floor. So anyway, I put her right next to me, her station's right next to mine, and so I could keep an eye on her. She knew, I mean, she's very willing to learn, so like if I didn't really bother her too much with her haircuts, I just kept an eye on them. Every time she pulled a customer, I was also worried about her comfort level too with the customer, so, you know, it was kind of like, well, if you're not comfortable with this one, we'll give you this one, you know, and just so she can build up that confidence. So basically, it turned out, I would explain myself to the customer, and this customer would sit in the chair, and I was like, I'm the manager, she's training, I'm gonna be watching her cut your hair and check it afterwards just to make sure you had a great experience. So they were fine with it. I did have to comp out maybe 1 or 2 haircuts in the beginning, but you know, she's more of a hands-on type of learner, so, you know, and then if she came into trouble, she would call me over. So it went like that, and then she did take her interiors and outlines and the Clipper Pet Academy, and she didn't really give good feedback about those classes because she felt like the teacher didn't give her enough time to actually do the haircuts and understand it. I don't know because it was online or what, if they should have it go back into one-on-one. So I offered to sign her up for a one-on-one class, so she could have like the direct attention, but she said no, she'd rather me show her. So okay, fine, you know, I mean, it takes a lot of patience, a lot of, you know.
How is she doing now?
Actually,
She passed the test
can I
today.
just tell you, she is down to a 15.6 haircut time. A 5.2 product percent.
Okay.
And she did a great skin fade all by herself yesterday.
Yes.
And she didn't know how to use clippers, guys.
Not even know how to hold a comb.
Wow.
I mean, most of the time you get them out of school, they don't know how to hold clippers.
That's
either.
awesome.
But yes, I was very proud, and she is very proud, and, you know.
That's a great onboarding
Of course, yeah.
story.
That's
Social media.
Question.
Okay.
She had no experience cutting hair. What made you decide that you wanted to try? What was it with her that made you want to try?
She had a great personality. She had a great personality to deal with customers coming in. She talked to them like she knew them, you know. And her personality was a big piece of it. Her eagerness to learn was a lot more, another big piece of the puzzle. And she just, I mean, obviously she had to cut hair somewhere down the line. She had a license, so, you know, I mean, I was on for the challenge. I like teaching, so it doesn't, you know, it wasn't, you know, I was up for the challenge. And I do it again.
That's a great onboarding story.
Are y'all picking up what she's throwing down?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thank you, ladies.
Stephanie, we go back.
Hey, yeah, we can go back.
So
Thank you.
this, remember guys, that this checklist, the GCU courses and the Great Academy must be completed within 30 days.
Days.
Okay? 30 days.
Days.
Let it go longer and they don't, take too long.
Yeah.
But according to our fellow board, it's completed, days must review. They're signed up.
Yeah, they're signed up. They have to take the
Zoom part.
Zoom.
Yeah.
So, and don't check it off if they haven't done it.
Yeah. So Paula, clarity.
Yeah.
So the modules in GCU, along with the virtual in-person,
Yes, counts as a completion,
that's the completion
30 days.
of academy. So it's not, oh, well, they're gonna go in August. No, it does, no, it doesn't work that way. They have to have this stuff completed within 30 days. So that way, we are in compliance with GCI.
There were Saturday classes for this weekend.
Yep, I had to get somebody signed up for Saturday class, I'm like, yeah, come on, you get in
So
here.
who all here had an experience of onboarding like that? Laid out like that? Then who was onboarded that way? Here.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you wish that you could go back and be onboarded like that? It's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? I mean, it's gone from the days of being thrown to the wolves, right?
Exactly,
We're back
exactly.
in the good old days, like, all right, get out there.
So don't we owe it to the stylists and the new applicants and stuff that come in to train them well and take that time to onboard them?
The thing is you guys are in such a hurry to get them on the floor, but without them on the floor and the time of training, you're in the same position you were.
Exactly.
You'll be in a better position after they're trained well, and they're on the floor, then you have less to worry about.
Absolutely.
So take the 4 days.
Right, new stylist tracking on Trello. Remember.
Look at it every week.
Yeah, if they've not completed it, do not check it off. If you know you haven't gotten that person signed up for their virtual in-person, do not check it off. If it's checked off, you need to put the date up there as to when you attended. So it can't be, oh, well, I thought I did it. No, you need to make sure it's done. All right. Retention. Miss Olivia.
Alright, so what's retention? Keeping your people, right? Okay. So, retention is an organization's ability to prevent employee turnover by providing its employees with clear vision and shared values. You have one of those, right? I'm not gonna get y'all to recite those right now, okay?
Do it.
That's good. They have good compensation and benefits, training and growth opportunities, individualized recognition, it's important, and a positive workplace culture. We all can agree that's what retaining your people like, that's what stylists look for in a company, right? Good, all right. So this is straight out of the retention workbook, and I didn't even know this thing existed until Paula met with me. But when I looked into it, I said, well, this just tells me everything I need to know about what these people that are looking for a job want out of us. So the top line you see in the blue line, that's the 4 objectives that stylists are looking for in a job. And they want somebody to lead them, they want somebody to enrich their life, make them better, and give them purpose. And then underneath that, you see these strategies. They list out vision and values, teamwork and communication, which is what? Teamwork and communication in salon. When that's effective in the salon, that's building your what? Culture. Your culture. Right. You have a good culture, you have a good cohesive teamwork, and communication is good. That's something that we strive for every day, right? Okay, we're gonna go through these a little bit, and I'm kind of discussing what things you can do. So first is the lead me, and with the vision and values, we have that, right? And that's what we hopefully are bringing our people on board with and teaching it throughout the salon and coaching them on it. So a positive workplace culture improves teamwork, raises morale, increases productivity and efficiency, and enhances retention. So what does a positive culture look like in your salon? Productive.
People want to come to work.
Mm-hmm.
They're happy.
People being happy to come to work.
That's right. So, Virginia, what does a positive culture look like in your salon?
Well, I always try to take like the vision and values that we have and kind of see where everyone shines in their own little aspect of that and utilize that. So someone might have a stronger suit with making it fun, so they're in charge of making it fun in the salon. Whereas opposed to like someone really likes to grow and learn and help people teach. So everyone kind of has their own individualized job role within the salon. But we all, like, if you don't complete your job, then I can't do my job. So we all depend on each other. But it's really just like making sure everyone's heard and seen and they feel valued and they feel understood and that they can go to any one of their team members if there's an issue and communicate about it and we work through it and we get past it and it's getting the job done but making sure you have fun doing it.
That's awesome. So what's some things you do in your salon to build on that culture?
They get mad at me about this, but I play a lot of games with them. and probably too many, they get tired of the games, so like, product games, we're running at least every month. We do Sunday, like, product contests, where they get to go home early. I pop out from corners to scare people on a probably hourly basis. I mean, it's
Just make it fun.
Yeah, it's little things during the day that keep them laughing and from getting stressed out, because at the end of the day, you can go in and make $100, but if Hannah's bitching about everything left and right and not happy with things, then it's gonna be a bad day for everybody.
Nobody's gonna be happy.
Not saying
Hannah.
that,
It just takes that one person to ruin that culture.
Yep.
Anybody else wanna share their experience of their culture, what things they do in their salon?
Break the monotony. Break the monotony.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you guys, I don't know, wanna share, because other managers might definitely pick up on it and wanna try it in their salon? Something that, I mean, is outside the box thinking on what you do in your salon to get them motivated, get your staff motivated.
The dice that I use.
Dice?
That dice I have.
Uh-huh.
When I see them doing a good job or doing stuff or something, just kind of like a little, wow, look at you. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Britt?
What do I do to create positive?
Mm-hmm.
I ask them open-ended questions for feedback, and I make sure that they're included, because it's important. I feel like we all want to be heard.
Good. Good. All right, anybody else? I know I'm standing between y'all and leaving, so. Enrich my life. So stylists want to be compensated, right? They want to make some money. That's why they're looking for a job. So they want to be compensated well so that they can feel comfortable in managing their life. And in our due diligence, kind of to also coach them on how they can make more money and what they can improve, right? And this is just everything that Great offers. We all know about this. This is no news to us, but we want to be sure we go over this with our applicants and our new stylists, just so they know all the benefits and compensation. And then scheduling, you know, communicating expectations with the team and collaborate together to come up with creative solutions to scheduling challenges that align with the salon and the stylist needs. Now we know that we can't always give them everything they want when it comes to scheduling, but if you focus on it with them and get them kind of involved, the buy-in's usually a little bit better. They're more willing and apt to pick up shifts, right? How many of you guys have used your scheduling as like a reward system? What do you do, Brittany?
So like my last product contest, whoever sold the most product on Sunday got a weekend off.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to be over a certain percentage.
Cool. Anybody else? Britt, I know you just started one.
But we're still like the second weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to modify some things, so we're still figuring it out as we go.
Okay. Yep, and getting creative with it too, because you're not alone in some of these things when it comes to scheduling conflicts and challenges. So reaching out to your peers and to the other managers to kind of see maybe what works for them, so they can utilize it. All right, making me better, wellness. Stylists who maintain a work-life balance are more focused, engaged, and productive at work, right? When they're happy and they're coming to work, usually they make more money and they're more busy. Do what?
No, but give it a day
And we offer the EAP, so that we do find someone needs help. We offer other things too. EAP is the newest and biggest. And then development and coaching. Consistent coaching and development will help stylists become confident in their career and allow them to reach their full potential. So what things do you do? All right, coaching and development is important, right? To our stylists, so we're gonna teach them how to make more money, right? All right, so Britt, what are some things that you do when you're developing your team? Because I know you focus on education big time with your stylists.
We like the one-on-one coaching sessions.
Mm-hmm.
That helps a lot.
And you utilize, what else with that though? And you sign them up for
Playbook.
classes on GCU?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're big on that.
Yeah, I mean, because like instructors can most likely explain certain things better than I can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to have another person's perspective on things.
That's right. They might pick up on something that you don't see. Yes.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm just for you to answer. So when you have had somebody that's been on several action plans and they're on their action plans, they do great the whole time, and then once you take them off the action plans, it goes back down. How do you keep it from going back down?
So, different tactics that I've used, I know, like, Hannah can share the experience, you can share with it.
Alright, my assistant manager, now, her haircut time was constantly high. And we put her on, her last action plan literally stated, if you do not continuously have 16 and under, you will be moved to a slower salon that can handle yours. And she didn't wanna be moved, she wanted to make money, and now she's my assistant manager.
I also utilized, when I sat down with her, I told her straight up, I know that an action plan is not gonna keep her, you know, from going back up again, but I showed her her money. I talked to her about her money.
And then she went to her mother that does her taxes, and her mother agreed.
To make.
She made more money a couple of years ago versus now.
Making $2 less.
Yeah.
The other thing is if you put somebody on an action plan and you say if this doesn't happen next amount of time, and then you don't hold to that, your responsibility as manager to hold to it, because you've gotten approval either by me or your GM beforehand that the consequences are this. If you don't, it's your job to hold them to it, and if you don't hold them to it, then you're just kind of letting them go back to how they were. Okay?
And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do this to get by.
Consequences of our own actions. That's what it boils down to.
So find out what drives them. Sit down and talk to them, find out their goals, their personal goals, what drives them. Because then you may be able to show them how they can get to that if they just bring down their haircut time and keep it down. That's a good question, Sam.
And a lot of people don't wanna move someone because they're comfortable.
Right.
Yes.
We utilize GCU for a lot of that, and so I would say Britt has used it, she has used it more than anybody I know right now, because, what she can't give them, she knows GCU can.
And it takes something off of my plate.
It does. That's the best part of it. So we have, give me purpose, so the community involvement. When stylists are actively involved in giving back to their community, it leads to a stronger commitment and connection to their work. So I'm gonna let Virginia kind of share on that. How has that helped your culture in your salon?
It's actually amazing. I only had one girl really initially start to do it with me, and then after the first parade in Southport last 4th of July, it got her so hyped up that she brought someone else on, and now they're actually, like, they're the main ones that go out, or either to the rehab center to give free haircuts to the citizens there, or like going to parades or any kind of event that's coming up, and now all the other newer girls are like, I wanna do the next one, and they start fighting over it, like, no, you don't get the right to do that, like, no, this is mine, I'm going to that. Like, you gotta earn that right to come and do this.
It is, we have lists now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't make them happier, then they come to work happier, they deliver the brand. But while we're doing the community involvement, we're also what, recruiting, advertising, you're creating the retention with the staff, and creating a good culture, exactly. And then recognition, oh, yeah, share the picture, that was from the St. Patrick's Day. They're all happy and smiling, look. So in recognition, stylists want to feel their efforts are being
Yes.
recognized and rewarded. Motivate your team with individualized recognition by understanding what each stylist on your team value as a reward. It's kind of what we were talking about, Sam, find out what their goals are, what they value most. So what does it mean to you, individualized recognition? I know this is big on Julie, she loves that, and highly individualized recognition. So what does that look like to you?
Knowing your crew.
Knowing your people, right? Knowing what makes them kind of tick. So what are some things that you do, cause I know I like to celebrate little milestones, not just the big ones. I set a goal I get my team to set a goal, and then we accomplish little baby steps towards it, and we celebrate each one of those baby steps until we hit the big one. So what are some things that you do in your salon for that's going great, for rewarding and recognizing your stylist?
Brittany.
During our manager meetings, I normally have like $5 Dunkin' Donuts cards, and I normally have this other stylist pick someone that needs to be recognized, or than me. That makes them feel appreciated.
It's good. You know, GCU has a lot of options on there too, little activities you can do with your team. Ivy?
Sometimes I write, gratitude cards and leave them on their station, just for doing something little, or what I'm proud of, or something like, just to give them a little recognition and,
Makes them feel good.
yeah.
I know Kathy has a great story about those little notes.
I keep all of them.
Mhm.
I keep all of them that I've gotten from James and Pat and Sid. I keep them when I've gotten them from some of the managers. I keep them in a file in my drawer at my office.
Having a bad day, pull it out, read one too.
Yep.
Good. Imagine what they could do to your team. They've
Makes
taken
you
the time to
feel
do
good.
it.
Last but not least, Slack.
Utilize Slack.
Recognize it every day, all day on Slack.
Exactly right. So, how many, I mean, when you go to reward your people and you knowing them, what have you used in the past to kind of find out what they like? Like, cause I'm not gonna buy somebody, I'm not gonna buy you a prize and throw it into the cubby, it's the wish list, so they've updated that. So I provided you guys with one, not in your packet, but it's on a file that's gonna be emailed to you. Because you guys go through your team at this meeting and have them redo the wish list. So it's updated, you have new members on your team, right? So you wanna get their information to find out what they value most, so that when you do reward them for their accomplishment, it goes further. So it's something that they like. So, the file I was talking about is like a little toolkit for you guys. Your GMs will share it with you to your email and your salon. Here's the new wish list. Isn't it pretty? Yeah. It's not like mine with the
It's so
little
much
thing on the
easier.
watercolor on the bottom. And there's stuff on here even about finding out what their favorite self-care activity is. So it's turned it around a little bit. And then we have some recruiting information, recruiting bingo challenge. So this will be a fun game to play in your salon, and it'll get your team involved with helping recruit. These are some more activities they offer for recognizing. It's a cut above activity. Who all's seen these on GCU? You found them? Yeah, a cut above, and I'm great because that one's really cool too, because you just get each person to write something great about you, what you do, and they have to wear it all day long.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh. And then we have our new tear sheets. All of this is in that file, guys, so, and then, look at this. Great Clips has already provided you with a certificate of appreciation. You can just fill it out. Pretty cool, huh?
That's cute.
It's in your toolkit.
It's all in the toolkit.
Where's you?
We're emailing it to your salon email.
Yeah, got it.
All right. So all of this stuff right here is gonna help you with the pollen.